Good morning, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I am here to pull some cards, share some guidance for this week ahead. This is my weekly guidance that comes every Monday, although last week it came on Sunday. But if you live in a older time zone, I don't know if older is quite the right word, but in a different time zone than Australia, then it may actually be Sunday for you. So yeah, who knows? Anyway, it comes to you on my Monday usually. So welcome, extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. So, interesting time, interesting week. Last week we had the bridge energy coming in strongly, which dropped us into this other energy. And I've been working with the bridge energy a lot in this last week, and a lot connected to the heart. And I'm feeling this bridge is very much something that we build, that we repair, that we rebuild in our life. So something we put effort into, and it seems to be full of opportunities. So there's this very interesting bridge energy which seems to be replacing limbo. You know, limbo, where you're kind of like a plane just kind of circling above the airport waiting to come in and land, and there's that sort of limbo waiting feeling. Well, the bridge is like a upgraded version perhaps of the limbo, where it feels very proactive as we bridge these gaps in our life. So this energy is coming through very strongly. Our theme for last week was open our hearts with the tiger shark, and there's been a lot of heart energy, so I don't know if you've been feeling it or tapping into that, but it's been very strong and very deep in this last week. So I'm very interested to see what the cards reveal for us this week coming. So I'm looking for cards, the best cards for this week from the 25th to the 31st of January. I'm not pulling cards for individuals. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust that you've been led here for a reason. And I trust that something shared supports you at this time. So as always, please take on board what feels right, what resonates, and what fits into your life easily. And then just let the rest go. So I'll be using, surprise, surprise, I'll be using my combined Animal Kingdom Oracle cards with my Speed of Light Oracle. These are two different decks that I've made the same size so that they fit in together. So we have a great 110 card deck to play with today, which is loads of fun. So I've got my little table here next to me, so I'm going to lay the cards out intuitively, and then I'm going to talk with you about what the cards are and what I'm feeling from them. And you can see if it fits in for you, if it resonates, or if it doesn't, then it's up to you. So take a nice big breath. I trust you're all feeling great. It's a stinking hot day here today. We're probably going to get up towards 40 degrees Celsius, which is a one-off thing for us. We have a couple of these summer here in Tasmania. We tend to be a bit cooler than that. So it will probably hit the front page of the newspaper. That's how kind of it is down here. But it's very, very hot. So no out in the sun for me today. I got sunburned yesterday in the shade. I still can't comprehend how I got sunburnt in the shade. Something must have been reflecting up at me yesterday. So, looking for the best cards for this week ahead for the majority of us. So what do we need to know for this week ahead, for the 25th till the 31st of January 2021? So the best cards, let me just see how I'm going to lay these out in my mind's eye. And I'm seeing a T, but a capital T, but the two arms, the wings are angled. So angled up on the outside, we could say. So two angled and then coming down the center. So we have one Speed of Light Oracle and the rest are Animal Kingdom. So let's turn these guys over. Okay, we have one featured card, which is the Shaman, and the Shaman has further instructions here which say to fan out the deck and choose an extra card. So fan out the deck, and I'm not thinking about it, I'm just going for it. Oh, we've got the frog with the Shaman, so that's the second lot of cards here. So let me just get these into order. The first card for this week ahead, so this is for Monday the 25th of January, is our friend the Fox, card 8. And the Fox says to find a way. There is a motivation, there is a determination in this card. This card is reminding us or encouraging us to carve out a new path for ourselves. And a lot of us may be starting the week feeling this motivation. We may have even ended the weekend feeling that motivation. I certainly did. I started putting a lot of things into place. I started pushing myself a lot yesterday. So I can very much personally relate to this, where I feel this sort of driving force, this pushing that's coming. It's really coming from inside. So what do we want to create for our lives? What opportunities do we want to create for ourselves? What action do we need to take? What changes do we need to make? What problems are we facing in our life that we need to find a solution for? I'm quite confident there's a solution for many a problem out there. In fact, I have never encountered a problem in my life that hasn't had a solution of some sort. So is there a solution that you are looking for, that you are really being motivated to find? Maybe that's your driving force. What is your driving force on Monday? And maybe also consider the opposite. Where are you feeling held back? Where are you feeling stuck? Where are you feeling stagnant? Where are you feeling the problems are just weighing you down? What can you do to motivate yourself through that? What can you do to push yourself, to motivate, to carve out this new path for yourself? No one else is going to do it for us. It's up to us to carve out these paths for ourselves. It's our life. So what do we need to do, especially early in the week, to carve out this new path, to find a way through the jungle of our life and to create a new path there? So as we move through that Fox energy, so quite a strong motivational energy early in the week, we move into Tuesday. This is the 26th of January, and we have these two cards here. So this is the featured card, this is the extra. So they've come up together for a reason. Let's look at them separately, and then we'll look at their relationship together. This is card 17, called the Shaman. And it says solitude, grounding, mending, privacy, and reassess. So some of us on Tuesday, it may even be late Monday, Tuesday, even into Wednesday, some of us may feel like we just want to be in our private space. We may feel a bit withdrawn, we could say, or a little antisocial. I get antisocial when I'm in this space because I just want to slip into my private space, into my private cave, we could say. So some of us may feel like we just want some private time, some downtime during this sort of time period. And this will be time, opportunity for us to heal, opportunity for us to mend, and a big opportunity for us to reassess our life. So when I'm in reassessment mode of my life, or when I'm assessing my life, I look at where I've come from, so what's led me to this moment, how I feel now, and where I feel I'm going. Now, am I on the right trajectory? I have to say that word slow because it never comes out quite right. Am I on the right trajectory to go where I want to go, or where I need to go, where I've been planning to go? Or have things gone a bit off track and I just need to assess things, make sure I'm on track? If I'm not on track, I may need to make some adjustments now in this private space so I can get back on track and get back into position, get back into alignment with where I want to go in my life and that path that we are carving out for ourselves. So this is not actually uncommon that we would feel motivated to change things up or carve out some new paths for ourselves in our life, and then have to stop and reassess our life because we have to get into full alignment with this new path we're carving out. It's very difficult to carve out a new path but still live in our life the same old way, because then it kind of feels like we're split now in two. We're living, or we want to live this path, but we're actually living that path. So there might be a need coming off Monday in that motivational energy to like a rebound for us to sort of slip into quiet mode and really think about reassessing our life. Now, the card that's come up with this is going to give us more information about this situation. which is the frog. It's card 34, and it says to cleanse your environment. To cleanse your environment. So this is suggesting too that our private time, it may be helpful to use that time not only to reassess, not only to heal if we need it, but to reassess our life, but also to look at what needs purging, what needs clearing, what needs releasing, what needs removing from our life. So what is stopping us from finding a way to find a solution, to carve out this new path for ourselves? What's blocking us? Pretty much guaranteed that the biggest block we're going to have is our own self-doubt, our own fear. Our own self is probably our biggest obstacle. So what about ourselves do we need to clear out? What about our own fears and insecurities or resistances to change do we need to purge and clear and release over Tuesday and into Wednesday? So we might find some quiet time, very cleansing too, and a good way to sort of take a break, reset things for ourselves so we can get focused and get back on track. So what do you need to do over Tuesday to make some quiet time, private time to purge? So that's early in the week. So now we're moving over into Wednesday, and I want to go over into the wolf. So Wednesday, the 27th of January, we have the wolf card 21, and it says your battle companion. This is a support card. This is a support card as we walk through the battlefields of our life. You know, like sometimes it might feel like we're walking through a minefield, and things just seem to be, minds just seem to be going off everywhere around us. There's life problems that seem to just sort of happen. They do seem to happen in these groups. So as we're walking through these problematic times in our life, we're being reminded as a support that we are not alone as we walk through this journey. And one important thing to remember is it's temporary. It's not forever obstacles. Especially, I'll come back to this card, especially if we continue to focus on carving out a new path for ourselves and finding a way through those problematic areas. If we hang about in the minefields of our life, going around and around in circles, not making changes, not looking for solutions, then it probably will sort of drag out. But the way I see this card and the energy around it is it's like we've walked down on our path into like a minefield zone, and we're walking through there, navigating our way through, and so we can come out the other side and back up and back on track again. So it is temporary, but sometimes we hold ourselves in a bit of a holding pattern in these problematic areas. So again, let's make sure that we're not the obstacle here, that we are not our perspective, our doubt, our fear, our own resistance to change, or our own resistance to a solution. Ouchie, that could be a big one. Our own fear of a solution. That is huge. Let's make sure these things aren't stopping us or keeping us in a holding pattern, wandering around this minefield. That we want to get in and out of there as quickly as possible. So let's know and remember that we are supported as we walk through this battlefield of our life right now, but it is temporary. So let's remember that it's temporary. This might especially be connected with the family, because we have the elephant here, and the elephant is card 7, and it says family commitments, and it's directly connected here with the wolf. So there might, for some of us, be a family battle kind of thing, or a family drama, a family obstacle that we're facing at the moment, family problems that we need to face, reminding ourselves that it is temporary. But the trick is, or the problem probably with this family energy, if it is a battlefield, and it probably has been for a while, we do tend to hang around in that family, the family problems. Like, it's very difficult in general to let go of family stuff or find acceptance, or to cut people out that are toxic in our family. We are taught that blood is thicker than water. So we kind of have this inbuilt obligation to hang around in those problematic family situations. So for you, maybe it's about looking at your perspective here in this family problem and how you can break out of that and find a way out of the battlefields of your life. and especially if that's connected with the family. So we've got a strong family tie around midweek, and there might be some family tests that come up, but there may also be some beautiful family things that come up too. So see how you go. There's a strong family element around midweek, so Wednesday especially. So then let's march our way down the rest of the week. So we've got Thursday and Friday tied together, the 28th, 29th of January, and we have the Sea Dragon, card 18. And it says to be gentle with yourself. So this feels like it's coming off the back of that sort of battlefield energy, that feeling of needing support, and especially any kind of looping around we've been doing with the problematic areas of our life, that we realize that we've been holding ourselves in that holding pattern. We've been holding ourselves back by keeping ourselves knee deep in the muddy areas of our life. It may hit us a bit over Thursday and Friday because there's this sense of vulnerability that's coming in, a bit of rawness, a bit of feeling fragile, maybe sensitive. This is not a bad thing because it can teach us a lot. It can help us heal. It can support our healing. And we're really being encouraged to listen to how we feel. But there is this sense here of allowing ourselves to be gentle with ourselves. And I find that such a great comfort when I'm in a low space or when I'm feeling emotional or very sensitive. I will just remind myself to go gently. Gently, gently, I remind myself. And there's something so supportive and beautiful about just that simple word, gentle, gently. So you might find Thursday and Friday, you just need to be a little gentler with yourself. You may even find that people close to you may also be feeling a bit battered and bruised, a bit fragile, a bit sensitive. You might find you have to also treat them gently. So there's a gentleness that wants to come in later in the week. So then we're looking at the weekend. And we have our friend who appeared last week. The dolphin is coming up again. And this is for Saturday, the 30th of January. And it's card 6. And it says it's a time to celebrate. This feels like the fireworks going off, but this feels on a very personal level. This feels like a sense of personal achievement as we get into Saturday. So it could be just what we've been through this week. It may be what we've been through recently, what we've been through for the last 12 months. What is this personal sense of celebration and achievement that you will tap into on Saturday? And how can you let that celebration, how can you let that recognition of achievement, personal achievement, how can you let that lift you up and feel a new or a revived sense of purpose and meaning? Can you celebrate where you have reached, this point that you've reached in your life? And then we move to Sunday. It's Carolyn's birthday on Sunday. Happy birthday, Carolyn, and anyone else who's celebrating on Sunday or any day this week. On Sunday we have the rabbit. And this is interesting because I feel the rabbit's energy is very similar to the fox, which came up first. So I'll probably bring the fox out again, but this is card 16, the rabbit. And the rabbit says to make your move. To make your move. Now, the rabbit has a lot of fear. It sort of lives on fear. It's very flighty. Any sort of noise and it's kind of on alert. So there is maybe this fear that we might have to push through this week, and especially on Sunday as we prepare to make our move. We may need to summon our courage, our strength, our inner strength to make the change, to make the move, to find a way. So early in the week with the fox, it feels like a mental, emotional preparation or readiness to carve out this new path for ourselves. And then by the end of the week, it's like we need to push past our fear to make it happen, to make it happen. So it's all right to say it. We could say all day long the changes that we want to make. We can make a big list of them. But the hardest part is the action. And so there is this sense by Sunday that we will need to push through our fear, find courage to make and take the action, to put our money where our mouth is, if you like, to walk our talk, to apply the changes that we've observed that we need to make this week, to actually apply them in our life. That's the hard part. That's the really hard part. So are you willing and ready to step out of your comfort zone, to take a risk, to push yourself, to follow your heart, to make your move? It is time. It is time for us to make our move. So what level that resonates, or the meaning of that for you, it will be quite personal. So I can relate all of this to a couple of areas of my life that are undergoing a similar kind of breakthrough period. But you might find you can relate it to one thing, or maybe several, like I am. And it's probably quite personal. Like for me, this is a very personal thing. And I can feel this quite personal this week. Quite a personal push. So thank you. They're all the cards for this week. I am going to pull a theme card. And we'll see what the theme is. So before I pull the theme card, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you're watching on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. If you are on YouTube, please go over to Temple of Balance on YouTube and hit subscribe, because I do share videos on YouTube and I do live streams. In fact, I have 2 coming up this week on YouTube, live streams, healing events for my patrons. That's tomorrow, Tuesday the 26th, and Friday the 29th. Yes, I've got my little dates here. So I am doing 2 live streams this week on YouTube, so I may see you there if you want to come over. And if you love to learn more about me and the work I do and support my work at Temple of Balance, please visit templeofbalance.com.au. I have my online art class coming up this Saturday, the 30th, and we'll be working together to create a piece of artwork called The Bridge Between the Heart and the Throat. And we'll be working on that together. You don't need any art experience. It's happening on Zoom. So if you would love to do that with me, then please have a look on my website under the store tab in the events retreats section. Also, I have my next 12-hour healing event coming up on the 4th of February, which is just next week. And our theme for 12 hours is on the heart. And I can't wait. These are really deep healing events. And I share high definition quality videos on my YouTube channel in a private playlist for that. So check them out if you want to on my website, templeofbalance.com.au. Thanks, guys. So let's now look for the best card for this week ahead, for the theme. The theme card will help bring these whole days, all these days together, bring the week together, and help us see the bigger picture for this week ahead. So what do we need to know for the bigger picture for this whole week, the last week of January? So the best card for the theme for the majority of us for this week. Welcome, Alison, and all new people. Our theme is another Animal Kingdom Oracle card, and it's this. It's the penguins. It's about love. It's card 37, and it says an unbreakable bond. We could say an unbreakable connection. Healthy bond. Not these unhealthy bonds that maybe we have with family or other people in our life where it's unhealthy. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm not talking about dependent, attached, unhealthy, dependent attachments or bonds or connections. I'm talking about the healthy, loving, almost beyond physical connections we have with other people. There's probably only 1 or 2, maybe 3 people that we would feel this with in our lifetime. I mean, these are special bonds. And this card is reminding us that that bond of love, whether it's a family member, a child, a parent, a partner, or a special friend that you have, someone you may not have even met yet, that bond is unbreakable. There's usually distance with this card, so it suggests someone's moved away. There's distance somehow between you and this person. This person may have left their physical body and may be in spirit. That bond, no matter where they are, where we are, is unbreakable. It is love. It is a love that lifts above a sexual love. It is a love that lifts beyond the physical. So there is a great sense of comfort in this card as it reminds us that we are connected, that we have unbreakable bonds with other people. And in truth, we truly are all in this together. So if you feel and have been feeling, and maybe this week you feel alone, yearning for that person that you miss, please remember this card, the penguins. You have an unbreakable bond. It is unbreakable. No time, no distance can break it. That's love. It's love. So there are special bonds that can be made too this week, I feel, between us and others. So let's think about cooperating in our relationships. Let's think about working together with others. Let's think about listening, really listening, asking questions, and try not to be too dominant. So thank you so much for joining me today. I trust you've enjoyed this connection. Have a fantastic week. Happy birthday, happy anniversary if you're celebrating. And keep an eye out for my videos this week. Tomorrow I'll be on YouTube. Friday I'll be on YouTube, and then maybe Wednesday or Thursday. Oh, Wednesday I won't. I'll be at the gallery. So maybe Thursday I'll pop in for a supportive video. I'm not sure. I will pop in when I can. So I will see you soon. Take care. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.